Good morning, everyone. This video is for Agency Pro subscribers. So what I'm trying to do here is optimize the onboarding flow as kind of a next level of improving the experience for your new clients. So I already put out a video on this. I got a lot of great feedback. I went back with my designer, and this is round 2. So let's see if we have this ready to submit to the dev team. So the first screen, we've just kind of made it look prettier. We've added the animation. We had some good feedback on what to say down here, and I do agree this is better. And I'm not sure if we're going to make this editable within each pricing plan, but I want to say thank you. Now let's get you connected, because no matter what, we're going to allow them to connect their social channels. So let's click continue here. This has been redesigned a little bit just to look nice, and I've shown you in previous ones what the new pop-up will look like. And then when they continue after adding their social channels, we have a redesigned way to add logos, basically watermarks. And here you can see it looks a little bit nicer than before. No changes were made though since version 1 of this newly designed onboarding sequence. This one is a big change. We had a really great idea to allow you guys to maybe add an additional screen where you could ask them some questions. So maybe you've got kind of a standard questionnaire that you give people when they first sign up for your services. So we already also had a confirm posting settings screen. So what I did, I struggled with this a lot, because I don't want people to feel like they're stepping through too many steps. I conflated both of those screens into one, and I made a client intake form. So this should not step outside of their expectation. If they're signing up with an agency, even if it's an automated monthly package, they don't really know that. They think that they're signing up as a client with an agency. So this kind of gives you that feel that, oh wow, I'm really getting a lot for my money. This was a great investment because, they're probably paying less than other agencies, and they're getting a complete agency experience here with the full client intake form. So we did some clever things here. Not only is this going to allow you to add some custom fields, so you'll be able to ask whatever questions you currently ask, or maybe there's ones that I'm not asking here that you want to ask in addition, you will be able to do that. But we're also asking some questions that are going to populate not just your social media posts, things like, the ability to hold posts for their approval. Those are very important things that are going to allow you to remain completely hands-off after onboarding, because all of those social post settings will be in place. But also, as we go through each of these questions, you'll see that this is also going to populate the AI writer company profile form. Remember, the first time anybody uses the AI writer, it prompts them to complete that company profile. That way, when you're using the AI writer, literally all of the modules are injecting training about the company. So things like, what's your target market, and things like, what does your company produce and how is it unique from your competitors? That information is really important to generate blog posts, social media posts, all of those other things that are specific to their company. That's what's going to allow you to have the AI output that is ready to deliver to the client versus having to customize everything and spend a lot of time. So what we've done is moved all of that into the client intake form. So when you jump in to use the AI writer on their behalf, it's already going to have all of that information pre-populated so you can get right to work. If you upsell them blog posts on a monthly basis, no problem. You're ready to jump into that workspace and start producing blog posts that are specific to the client because they've already taken that step of populating the company profile information for you. So I really like how this turned out. Let's go through it. Describe your product and service. Again, this is one of the questions that is on the AI writer company profile, but it's also information that you're really going to want to have if you're going to be interacting with this client and doing work for them over the long term. all of the information here won't just be on that AI writer company profile. We're also going to create a larger company profile screen for you to have on each one of your clients. So information they're putting in here, you'll be able to see that at a glance. You'll notice that we've added tooltips. So when you hover over these, it'll give the client a little more information on what you're expecting from them. This was a really popular request after the last round. What are your main goals? That's super important because their objectives here are really going to drive what you guys recommend to them. We're going to be building much more automation behind recommendation engines on things like recommending campaigns. When the new campaign UX is released, it's going to make it really easy to create already branded campaigns that they'll be able to just kind of click on and preview completed campaigns that only need some tweaks before they go live. So having their goals right here is really important for you to give them a good experience. What is your brand voice? So you'll recognize this from the company profile of the AI writer. This is also just good for you to know. If they want a professional voice, like if they're a lawyer, you should see this before you get to work for them. Who is your target customer is really important for you to know. It's also important for the AI writer to know, like for the new SEO module, it relies heavily on this information, and we're going to be sure to inject this into any prompts that we do for you for this client for SEO writing. What is your primary call to action? This is super important. This is also going to populate the AI writer, but also this is going to populate a new feature that we're going to be rolling out here in the next week or two. We're creating something called call to action groups that will automatically be injecting calls to action at a per network level. So having this call to action already set up by the client as the default call to action will be really, really helpful, because now when your posting assistant loads up a month's worth of posts after they start their account, it's already going to insert their specific call to action in the right places within the social posts that you're using for all of your automated posting. Just by entering a really simple little like squirrely bracket, CTA and squirrely bracket, it will automatically insert the workspace's default call to action within those social posts. And of course, you're going to get a ton of training on how to set that up once that feature goes live. But that's what this simple little question here in the intake form is going to allow you to do. Now, all of your clients, I don't care if you have 100 clients, you won't even have to touch it. It's going to insert the proper call to action, like visit their particular website or call us at 800 dentistry. It's going to insert the right call to action. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but it's going to rotate through multiple calls to action to keep it from getting stale. Again, that feature is still a week or two away, and I'll give you more details on that once it is live. Do you want us to hold posts for your approval? This will default to absolutely nothing. A lot of you felt that you want them to get engaged, so I'm not going to have any default answers here. It'll just have yes and no in gray, and when they click it, it will remain blue, indicating their preference. Do you want to receive an email each time a post goes live? They'll have to choose this. We will start posting ASAP. Is that okay? So we have just two responses here. This field down below will not appear initially. It's just going to have these two gray options. And if they choose go for it, this will just remain blue. If they choose this one, this will remain blue, but it will also expose this additional field, which is a date selector. So when they click here, it will bring up a simple date selector so they can choose when they can start posting. And yes, it will black out any dates that are too soon for you. So I want you to notice what it says here, approximately 2 days. I'm going to make this the number of days minimum before you can start posting a variable for every single pricing plan. And the reason is we got some feedback saying, well, hey, wait a minute, Craig, like we do a lot of prep work for our top plans because we include videos and things like that. We need more than 2 or 3 days to get that ready. So now for your top plans that include video, you'll be able to have like a minimum of 7 days, and we will be sure to include the number 7 here, and we will be sure to black out the first 7 days after signing up, so they can't select a date that is within the 7-day minimum that you prescribed to us. Additional instructions. This is another great piece of feedback we got from you guys. They'll be able to give you additional information here, and that will be presented to you as part of an introductory email that we send to you internally, as well as on the client information screen that we're going to build for you guys. So when they're done with that, they can save and continue. So this was a really great request that we had, is to give you guys the option to add video. So if you want to record a quick intro video, just welcoming people and giving them some next steps, you'll be able to do that and embed that on the thank you screen. So you'll have that option. If you don't add it, it's going to be the same one that you saw before that had just a really cool little illustration. But we're still going to have this animation here that says thank you. You will have the ability still to customize the default, but we've changed the default based on also really great feedback that you guys provided, just making it a little more exciting. Get excited, your social engine is running. In the meantime, get familiar with your dashboard, explore your new social media control center. You can see how things are doing anytime, day or night, with reports. You can see what's scheduled in your queue and so much more. Your social posting life just got easier. We literally copied and pasted this from an amazing piece of feedback we got from you guys. But any additional feedback, please let me know in the comments, and then continue to dashboard. Obviously, we'll start the, we're going to go ahead and provision a workspace. We're going to provision a user license, and we are going to log them in as that user. And that's what happens when they click continue to dashboard. They're ready to work. If you guys have any feedback, please let us know. If you love it, let us know that too, so we know that we can proceed with a priority basis. I really want to get this live as soon as possible, because what's coming after this is kind of mind-blowing. It's like we've really been thinking hard on the upsells component. And I want this to be before the upsells, because the upsells will kind of, we're going to be doing some upselling during onboarding. I don't want upsells to just be this thing that sits on the left navigation. And hey, by the way, if you're interested, I want active upselling in this platform. I've done so much marketing before I started this company, and one big thing I learned is if you just stick something in the left nav, nothing really happens. You need to get your upsells in line with the experience. It needs to be contextual. So we're going to be building some pretty amazing triggered upsell messaging. We're going to be having slide-ins that come in at the right time to upsell, specific things that you guys want to do in addition to the social posting. I literally want to make it so you guys can offer free workspaces to people and still make money, because the upselling is so darn effective that you're able to bring in some of your more lucrative services that you're also doing and make your money that way. So we have some great ideas there. This will be phase 1. Phase 2 will be when we launch the upsells, to give you guys some contextual upselling opportunities to start earning more money per client than you are today. Looking forward to your feedback on this. Have a great day.